Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and leaders, good morning. Welcome to Hong Kong Web3 Evolution. Our event will start shortly in 10 minutes. Now please take your seats and turn your mobile phone to vibration. Thank you for your cooperation.
我不知道怎么设置，我现在
就是你给我这个链接就好了。
链接，我现在，你能打开YouTube看一下？
拍个照。
直播会。
只不过有个链接出来，我们也可以传到社群或者。不好听。我让那个小伙伴搜，待会儿。
我发群里头看你们能不能看得到。
就是你找一下那个，
你看群里头这个。
我们可以推流到视频号。
好的。
为什么不公开啊？
我这是在那个利用着这个官网有找到。
就是只能把它公开掉啊。为什么不公开？这儿。
找到了吗？
差不多。
我
应该是。
味的小龙虾，先试一下能不能播出来。
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished leaders and guests, friends from the media, good morning. Welcome to Hong Kong Web3 Evolution. Our event is about to start in 5 minutes. Now please take your seats and turn your mobile phone to silent mode. Thank you for your cooperation. Dear distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to Hong Kong Web3 Evolution. Our event is about to start in 2 minutes. Now please take your seats and turn your mobile phone to vibration. Thank you for your cooperation. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and leaders, and our dearest friends from the media, good morning. Welcome to a game-changing moment in the digital realm. So here, I can feel the electric excitement in the air as we gather here at Cyberport for the grand kick-off of NIO's Hong Kong Web3 Evolution, a landmark event that is not only just a celebration, but a testament of the fusion of innovation, collaboration, and vision. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kim, and I am the moderator of this big day. Here, on behalf of NIO, I'd like to extend my warmest welcome and sincere gratitude to all of you. Good morning, and welcome, everyone. Thank you so much. Founded in 2014, NIO is an open-source, community-driven blockchain platform designed to welcome developers into the new smart economy. By enabling developers to design and to automate and digitalize the management of assets through smart contracts, NIO is built to realize the optimized digital economy and digital world of the future. As the most developer-friendly blockchain, NIO meets developers where they are by integrating seamlessly and with the world's most widely used languages and tools, meanwhile providing the most feature-complete blockchain platform for building full-stack decentralized applications. With native support for powerful infrastructure, including decentralized storage, oracles, and domain name service, NIO is the ideal foundation for developers to build the next generation internet. So as the moderator of this big event, I am deeply honored to kickstart the Hong Kong Web3 Evolution. Meanwhile, that is a grand two-day event. This momentous occasion is the fruit of the tireless endeavors of NIO, in close to collaboration with pillars of our co-hosts, including Web3 Labs, Invest Hong Kong, and of course, Cyberport. Thank you so much. The dual heartbeats of this event resonate loudly today. On one hand, we mark the first anniversary of Hong Kong's pioneering Web3 policies. And on the other, we anticipate the grand final of the electrifying NIO APAC Hackathon. And believe me, with the Hooping 100 teams from 5 major Asian cities vying for a combined prize and grand fund exceeding $1 million, the energy is palpable. In line with Hong Kong's momentous support and commitment to fostering a thriving Web3 ecosystem, we are deeply honored to be here in the presence of our city's notable officials, scholars, visionary venture capitalists, and the dynamic entrepreneurs. Each of you is a testament to the robust and pioneering spirit of our Web3 community. So ladies and gentlemen, over the next 48 hours, prepared to be enthralled by the riveting panel discussions, enlightening keynote addresses, and the spotlight on the crest of developer talent across the whole Asia-Pacific region. And of course, the moment of all waiting for, the announcement of the NIO APAC Hackathon winners. So, ladies and gentlemen, our heartfelt gratitude also goes to our collaborators, Meta Era, Newman Capital, and Blockchain Academy. Their invaluable contributions will frame our discussion today and offer perspectives from the governmental officials, industry magnates, venture capitalists, and academics. Ladies and gentlemen, as we delve into the Hong Kong Web3 evolution, here I'd like to invite you to actively participate, to share, and to learn. Together, at this moment, let us shape the Web3 narrative for Hong Kong and beyond. Welcome everyone. Again, thank you. And now, as we embark on this thrilling journey into the depths of Web3 evolution, it is essential to start with a voice that resonates with authority, experience, and vision. So here it is my distinct honor to introduce to you our very first speaker, a stalwart in legislative circles and a significant advocate for technology's role in our future. Now, please join me in giving a warm welcome to our Legislative Council and CPPCC member, Mr. Johnny N.K. Chong. His insights promise to illuminate our understanding and set the tone for today's event. Let's welcome him.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Here I'm going to give you a warm welcome to Hong Kong. I can see a lot of foreigners come to Hong Kong and some maybe from mainland or other cities in the world. Today, first of all, I would like to congratulations to Da Shu, Uncle Da, for a real successful launch of this hackathon for many countries. As far as I know, there's 5 countries, a lot of competitions before. Today, all we gather in Hong Kong, which the city with energy to push and promote Web3 ecosystems. Today actually is the 3 days later is the 1-year anniversary of our virtual assets policy, which launched by our financial secretaries. This year seems short, but really, really long. Because in that very small city, Hong Kong, with only 1,000 square kilometers, we have over 100 events related to Web3. I think we received over 10,000 Web3 developers and builders to come to Hong Kong. Not only builders, but also investors, developers, all those people, users come to Hong Kong to see what is happening and what opportunity we can catch. To this extent, I think we all think a lot of evidence change for the last few months. Maybe some of newcomers to Hong Kong may not know there's some crisis. And there's some, I think this is a scam like called JPEG come to Hong Kong to have a few thousands of Hong Kong citizens has trapped in the scams, which really have small impact to some of the investor of this industry. But I give you some confidence that it is only individual cases. It's not change the policies as a whole in all the Web3 builders and policymakers, and this including me. I'm one of the lawmakers in Hong Kong. Think we have to put more efforts to do more educations and also to enhance the whole regulation regimes in everything, including the OTC, including the KOLs, Afghanistan. I think these are all the things what we need to do together, including today's all the builders. But the very important things, I think, how we can, our community can deliver more and more real-life applications which can let all citizens, including the government, know Web3 can improve every people's life. I think this is very, very important. I believe that today's hackathon event we can have a lot of new ideas, innovations, which can deliver those improvements.
Thank you so much. Round of applause to him again. Thank you. And thank you for the confidence you brought to us in the bright future for the Web3 industry development here in Hong Kong. Ladies and gentlemen, and now I'd like to take some time to introduce our second speaker, Mr. Ben Elbaz. Ben is the head of ecosystems at HashKey Group, a leader in the field of digital asset management and blockchain technology. And now let's welcome Mr. Ben to come on stage. The floor is yours, please.
Just wait for this. Well, first off, thanks to all the organizers for inviting HashKey to speak up here and also to invite me. Yeah, this is just going to be a short speech to share a little bit about our perspectives on the industry and what HashKey has been doing. So just as a show of hands, who in the room knows about HashKey? Knows our company? Okay, so maybe 40%. 40%. Okay, great. So my name is Ben. I was part of the founding team at HashKey in 2018. I moved back to Hong Kong. I was doing my master's at Stanford. I helped found the university's first blockchain community. And prior to that, I spent a few years in the U.S. and then 8 years in mainland China. But today's speech is going to be in English. 也可以讲普通话, but this is going to be in all English. Because it's much easier for me to describe some of this stuff in English. 但是后面有什么问题都可以随时聊。 So the topic here is markets and mass adoption, and I'll explain a little bit about this topic and why I've titled it this way. So just maybe you'll go next to the next slide. There you go. I'll just say next. Just go next because this one's not working. Yeah, we'll go down. Okay. It's not me. It's the operator. Okay. So first, let me talk a little bit about HashKey, and I'll keep this brief because I think I only have about 10 minutes. So a little bit about HashKey is the most important thing that we're doing besides the investment business is we're trying to build better digital asset markets, exchanges. And we're doing that in different regions. Hong Kong is our headquarters, where we were the first to actually get the license to operate an exchange for retail here in Hong Kong. We were the first to actually get a license to set up an exchange in Hong Kong. But we're very, very excited to actually be able to operate an exchange in Hong Kong that can trade Bitcoin, trade Ether, and trade a lot of different crypto assets for retail. And I think it's very, very important for the overall Hong Kong ecosystem, and also for the overall global ecosystem, that we're able to have more licensed, reputable, safer exchanges that users can trade on. So in addition to Hong Kong, we've also gotten other licensed brokerages, asset management on the trading on the fund side, and then also licenses in Singapore and Japan. So overall, this is our strategy. Go down, next slide. Okay. So this slide, right? Why are we doing this? Why is it important to build licensed digital asset markets that are actually protecting investors? This is some of you may or may not know this game, but this is a game that two players play, a game called Jenga. And what's interesting about this game is the purpose of this game is you have two players. Is if you pull out a block and the next player who pulls out a block, the whole thing collapses, then you win. The reason I'm putting this up here is in terms of risk taking, right? If you're a player in this game and you have no money on the line, you're generally more likely to take bigger risks, right? You might pull a block from the bottom of the stack so the next player has no choice and they lose. But once you put money on the line, once there's a penalty if you lose, generally speaking, you're a little bit more conscious of the risks that you're taking. And I put this up here because this demonstrates the concept of moral hazard in economics, like 道德风险. It's a concept in economics which demonstrates that people will take excessive risks if there's no penalties to those risks, right? So the reason I'm putting this up here in the context of a talk about digital asset markets is for exchanges that are not regulated and not licensed, there's very little penalties against them if they take excessive risks, right? Excessive risks with customer assets or excessive risks with market behavior, and that's bad for users. Whereas if you're like us and you're a licensed exchange and our senior managers or other folks take excessive risks and users' assets are put at risk, then there's actually legal penalties and punishments against the exchange, right? So that creates a better incentive structure for actually creating a market, an exchange that's better for users. So I put this here because it's very important. Go down, why we're doing this and why it's better for users. Next slide. So this is kind of interesting, right? And this is something that we think about a lot, which is we see that there's essentially been three eras of exchanges. The first era was kind of the Wild West, and if you think about 2014, 2015. This was when Mt. Gox basically crashed and deepened the bear market of that era. And then 2016 to 2022 was an era where you had a little bit more regulations, you had AML regulations on exchanges, but there were still issues that went through the cracks. And then you had FTX fail, and then kind of lengthened this existing bear market. So what's interesting and very exciting for us as we look forward from 2023 and onwards is we're potentially seeing the next generation and the next era of exchanges that actually act as a shield and protect users in a better way, protect markets in a better way. And I think our perspective, if you go down to the next slide. Next slide. Our perspective is HashKey as a company, because we've been investing very, very early. And in projects, in Web3 projects, in developers, in the ecosystem, in accelerators, why are we investing in markets? Why are we investing in building better digital asset exchanges, better digital asset markets? Is we think that in order to get Web3 to the mass market and to actually get mass adoption, to go from like early adopters on the left to mass markets on the right, is you need like better markets in the middle. Because if you think about what happened in the two previous eras of digital asset exchanges, is every time there's a big exchange blow up where exchanges take excessive risks, and users lose their money, it creates a loss of confidence in the industry and kind of deepens these bear markets, right? And it causes a lot of people outside of the industry to really think, oh, okay, is crypto and Web3, it's a whole bunch of scammers, and it's not good for the industry. So our belief is that it's very, very important to create these better markets and better exchanges to help Web3 in general go from the early adopter stage to the mass market stage. Next slide. And all this is really interesting. This is something that I think about a lot, which is like, what's the point of blockchain and digital assets? What's interesting? Because I think in the future, one of the potentials that Web3 brings to the world is like this idea of the tradability of everything, right? What happens when every single thing in the physical world and the digital world can actually be quantified through tokenization, and then traded through being able to trade all these different tokens? Like, what is the benefit of all that? Our thinking is that the more people are able to trade things between each other, whether they're from the physical world and RWA, or they're things from the digital world, like your digital footprint, your social reputation, all these different things. We just think in general that creates a better, like more surplus for society, because there's more that you can get, and the things that you don't want, you can sell to other buyers in the market. So we think a lot about digital assets and blockchain and Web3 is kind of enabling this idea of tradability of everything. And there's a lot of cool stuff happening in tokenization on the left side, RWAs, and then also a lot of cool tokenization in Web3 around social, consumer, and a lot of different areas. So this is the last slide, just wrapping up because my time is short here. But just as a quick refresher, right? Risk taking should have its limits, and it's important for users and projects who are putting their assets on exchanges to actually trust that their exchanges are managed in a very responsible way. We think that the digital asset market, digital asset exchange market is evolving into this next era where users are actually better protected. And the reason why this is so important to us is we feel that Web3 has a huge amount of opportunity to bring a lot of really interesting and cool business models to the market. But we need better markets out there that can help users, trust that trust that the industry is actually there for them. And at the end of the day, like digital assets and Web3 is continuing to be interesting to us long term because we think it can lead to an era in the future where a lot more things are tradable, and that's good for society in general. So with that, I will end here. This is interesting. Feel free to ping me afterwards. I'm Ben. You can find me on Twitter as well. Ben Elbaz. So yeah, great to chat and be part of this. Thanks everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ben. Thank you so much. A round of applause to him again. Thank you so much for your insightful remarks and setting the tone for today's event. Thank you. Please take a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on, it is my absolute pleasure to introduce to you our next speaker, Mr. Ian Chang, the Chief Corporate Development Officer of Cyberport. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment to appreciate our venue today, generously provided by Cyberport. Thank you so much. And here I'd like to give you a brief introduction about Cyberport. Cyberport is a leading innovative digital community strategically located in Hong Kong, serving as one of the largest incubation centers in the city. And now I'd like to give the floor to Mr. Ian Chang for his opening remark, please.
Thank you. Obviously, I'm not as articulated as Ben and Johnny, so I need to prepare a script and make sure I didn't tell something wrong here. So I will start, and no worries, I will take it very short, so don't bother you so long. So Ben, Casper, Kong Chong, Apple, Uncle Da, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is with great pleasure and excitement that I welcome you all to the remarkable event, New APEC Hackathon Hong Kong Finale. Over the next 2 days, we gather here at Cyberport where you can find out one of the largest Web3 communities in Hong Kong to celebrate the significant achievement of Hong Kong progressive Web3 policies and witness the great finale of the Neo APEC Hackathon. This event marks a pivotal moment as we ride wave of active support from Hong Kong and the thriving Web3 development landscape. Web3 is undoubtedly a vibrant community. In late August, we have hosted our annual signature event, 2023 Digital Entertainment Leadership Forum here at the Cyber Arena. 90 international and local experts and artists gather to discuss the latest trends in the digital entertainment industry and provide insight on how experience in arts, education, sports, and lifestyle are evolving in the era of Web3. The 4 experience zones provided visitors with an amazing experience to immerse themselves in extraordinary digital entertainment creations from various views, attracting more than 3,500 attendees participated physically and online. In accordance with government's Web3 policy, Cyberport has been sparing no effort in attracting more leading Web3 enterprises and cutting-edge technology companies, talents, strengthening its support and resource investment to facilitate the development of the emerging Web3 industries and talents. Cyberport brings together over 210 Web3 startups worldwide, forming the largest Web3 communities in Hong Kong, spanning across multiple categories including application and content, middleware and infrastructure. Web3 Hub at Cyberport was established here as well in January 2023. Support to develop local Web3 companies and to attract international Web3 companies to set up operations in Hong Kong. Over 120 companies have set up in the Web3 Hub at Cyberport since its inception. Founders of Cyberport community Web3 companies come from all over the world, including mainland China, and over 18 countries and regions, including mainland China, North America, Europe, Japan, South Korea, Southeast Asia, and others. Among them, some are industry leaders, like Animoca Brands, Certic, Hashkey, one of the 2 SFC licensed virtual asset trading platform in Hong Kong, Consensus, a blockchain technology company with the world's largest virtual asset wallet, MetaMask. While we are glad to contribute to the development of Web3 ecosystem in Hong Kong, with more and more potential and maturing Web3 companies joining our community, we are also proactively promoting the development of the Web3 industry through 3 pillars: talent cultivation, industry development, and public awareness. Cyberport provides support in various aspects, including office space, financial support, business development, opportunities for exchange and cooperation in Web3, and we continuously promote the development of Web3 ecosystem. We have so far organized and support over 25 diversified Web3 events to promote industry exchange, knowledge sharing, and awareness of different kinds of Web3 applications. We have also established a Web3 Academy in collaboration with different partners and universities to cultivate talents and offer multiple trainings and workshops. Our Web3 training and education include certified courses, technical training, and entrepreneurial series has attracted participation of over 3,000 participants. Application and adoption are key to any new technological advancement. That's why we set up the Web3 Living Lab. If you have time, you just go upstairs and right there, which was officially launched on 25th August and officiated by the Financial Secretary of the HKSAR government, Mr. Paul Chan. provides a platform for enterprises to showcase their solutions and applications, and for community members to learn and collaborate together. With strong support from Hong Kong SAR government, Cyberport will continue to actively promote the development of Web3. In collaboration with industry stakeholders, we strive to foster the growth, the development development of the Web3 industry, and Hong Kong to be a transformative potential of Web3. We believe that Hong Kong possesses abundance of talents and technological advantages, coupled with the government support, making it poised to become a global hub for Web3. We look forward to seeing more talents and business participate in the development of Web3 in Hong Kong. Together, let us embark on an enlightening and transformative journey as we shape the future of Web3, not only in Hong Kong, but throughout the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ian, for sharing with us. Thank you so much. And here we believe that NIO, together with our partners and friends globally, and together with Cyberport, we are bound to build an even brighter future for the whole Web3 industry. Thank you so much for all of the opening remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, as we journey through the evolution of Web3 in Hong Kong, it is only fitting that we turn our attention to someone who has been instrumental in shaping the future of the whole blockchain technology, a name synonymous with innovation and forward thinking in the decentralized world. He has been a beacon of inspiration and the driving force behind many of the advancements we see today. Founder of NIO and the stalwart advocate for the smart economy, his insights have not only shaped the trajectory of NIO, but have also played a pivotal role in the wider blockchain community. It is my profound honor and privilege to introduce to you to the stage a visionary, a pioneer, and the true leader in every sense of the word. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Da Hongfei to come on stage and give us his keynote speech. Please.
Thank you for the ladies and gentlemen, developers, community members, and distinguished guests. Welcome to the kickoff event of NIO APEC Hackathon Final, as well as the prelude of NIO Community Assembly. We are thrilled here that everybody is gathered in Hong Kong, the most vibrant, the most crypto or Web3 friendly city in the world. And thank you, Johnny, for assure us that the determination from the legislators had never been changed. We're here to celebrate the innovation, collaboration, and the boundless possibility of blockchain technology. This is not just a hackathon or not just a community assembly. It's a testament to what we can achieve when brilliant minds come together with a shared vision. Over the past few months, we've seen incredible talent and groundbreaking ideas emerge from our community. And today, we're here to honor and elevate that ingenuity. For those competing in the hackathon, this is your moment to shine, to show the world how your ideas could reshape the future of blockchain and beyond. And for our community members, the assembly will serve as a platform to discuss, debate, and design the future, the roadmap for NIO's continued growth and success. So as we kick off today's event, I have the distinct honor of taking you on a journey through NIO's history and milestone, and a glimpse into the exciting new chapter that awaits us. The new sidechain. When we first started NIO, it was a dream fueled by a vision to build a smart economy. Today, the dream is a thriving reality, thanks to every one of you. From our first line of code to the launch of NIO N3, the mainnet, we've come a long way. But as we all know, the world of technology never stands still, and neither do we. So that brings us to the next big leap for NIO, the NIO sidechain. This isn't just another project, it's a paradigm shift, a new frontier that will redefine what's possible within the new ecosystem and the blockchain world at large. The new sidechain will offer the blockchain world an unprecedented scalability, flexibility, fairness, and opportunities to innovation that we've just begun to explore. So in my following keynote, we will delve deeper into the new sidechain. What does it mean for our community, our developers, and our future? We'll look at the technical marvels, the challenges we've overcome, and the vast potential that lies ahead. So as we stand on the cusp of the new era, let's come together to share it, to shape it. Let's continue to challenge the status quo, to push the boundary of what's possible, and to build a future that we can all be proud of. So now, let me start my keynote. It looks like I need to press a lot of times. So let me begin my slides to where it all began, the newborn of NEO. So this is 2014. You can see that's me and Eric with N-Shares logo on our T-shirt. That's just two of us with some crazy ideas and a shared vision, and we decided to build something together. And that's how NEO was born, and that's what a ride has been since then. And the next phase is the striving phase of NEO blockchain. And we hit a major milestone. We rebranded from N-Shares to NEO, our current name. So it's like we went from being a new kid on the block to a cool kid that everyone wants to hang with. And let's not forget 2017 when crypto went bananas. And NEO rode the wave very well. And since then, we're making waves since then. And some of you had also attended many of these events, like the first DevCon in San Francisco, our first community assembly in Shanghai back to 2018. And here comes the third phase of NEO. We launched a new, completely built from scratch mainnet called NEO N3. It's the most significant advancement, bringing the first all-in-one blockchain development experience to the industry. The NEO N3 was launched in 2020, and since then we've building a lot of decentralized applications on NEO and NEO N3, like Flamingo. Flamingo used to be the biggest non-Ethereum DeFi in the world, with a 1.3 billion total value locked. And with NEO N3, we have numerous new features that have never been developed by other blockchains, including integrated NEO FS, NEO Oracle, and the naming system. And our community are contributing a lot of projects to the NEO ecosystem, like X Labs, the green shares from X Labs, like the item system from City of Zion. And in the past year, in 2020 and 2023, we've had numerous events across the world, including the Polarized Launchpad, the Decoding Web3 US Campus Tour, and also the Hong Kong Web3 Festival. And today, we're here to finalize our APEC hackathon. So what makes NEO stand out? So why we do NEO, since we already have Ethereum, already have many other blockchains? I think there are three main features that was going on with NEO. The first is our unique consensus mechanism. The second is our flexible multi-language smart contract system. And the third is our dual layer tokenomics. I will go through them one by one. The consensus mechanism used by NEO is called DBFT. So D stands for delegation. So the full name is Delegated Byzantine Fault Tolerance Consensus. And NEO is the first in the world adopted a BFT style consensus. And it makes us a very powerful consensus that will do one block finality, and also there will be no forking. Oops, anyone, the operator help me to? Okay, so this illustrates how the DBFT works. Basically, if you are a NEO token holder, you can vote for which nodes can be the consensus nodes and the NEO council member. And the NEO council member and the consensus nodes decide how to build the blocks, how to reach consensus and build the blocks. And the main feature is there's no forking and there's one blockchain finality. The second biggest feature is called NEO VM. NEO VM is the first non-EVM smart contract system in the world. And the capability of NEO VM is that you can write smart contracts in any major language, including C#, Go, Python, Java, or TypeScript. And how we achieve that is we find out a smart way to do it. We used a language called Common Intermediate Language, CIL, and we built a new compiler. So we compile all the high-level languages through new compiler into common intermediate languages, and then the CIL will be compiled by Visual Studio or other developer tools into opcodes of NEO VM. Then it will be deployed on NEO blockchain. And third main feature of NEO is our dual tokenomics. There are NEO tokens and gas tokens. NEO tokens is used for governance. You use them to vote for consensus nodes and NEO council members. And when you holding NEO tokens, you will be gradually distributed some gas tokens. And gas token is a utility token of NEO system. You use it to pay for transaction fees. And the good point of this design is it separates stake from utility. So NEO token will be the stake of the system, and gas token will remain relatively stable within its price. This is how the dual token system works. Next slide. Okay, let's shift gears and talk about the next chapter for NEO. We're not just looking to keep up. We're here to level things up, to set the pace, and we've got 3 big goals lined up. Next slide. Here's the breakdown. The first goal is to lower friction, to lower entry barrier, to further enhance user experience. So everyone from other crypto communities, from the Web2 world, can easily enter the new era of NEO. And second goal is to ensure fairness. We will level the playground for DeFi and decentralized apps. The intrinsic value of blockchain is decentralization. But the purpose of decentralization is to eliminate the privilege of the bookkeeper, the runner of a centralized system. So we decentralize a lot of things in blockchain. But today, in today's blockchain world, there are still some privilege from the validators, from the consensus nodes. They have the ability to reorder transactions, which is called MEV. So we are trying to mitigate the MEV downside of the blockchain of today. And our third goal is to enhance the value of NEO and gas tokens to create scenarios for adoption of those tokens. So the tactics for the first goal is the sidechain of NEO will go multi-VM. We'll support multiple VMs, especially Ethereum EVM. So the EVM users, developers will easily adopt the new sidechain. Next. And the second goal is to ensure fairness, and we will do a MEVM resistant design. It will be implemented at the consensus layer to defend against toxic MEV. Next. And the tactic for the third goal is we will increase use cases for gas and NEO token to allow the shareholders to capture the value growth of our ecosystem. Next. With all these ambitious goals, the easiest way is to just jam them into the existing NEO N3 system. But it will cause a mess because it's like fitting a square peg into a round hole. So we decided to build something new to adopt this new next level features. Here comes the NEO sidechain. So NEO sidechain will be the network to incorporate all these new features. You can think of it like a double-layered cake. So NEO N3, the mainnet, will be the solid base for the governance, for the final settlement, and NEO sidechain will be the place where all action happens. Transactions, applications will be executed at the NEO sidechain. And new cutting-edge features will be implemented at the NEO sidechain first, and then gradually to be adopted by the NEO N3 mainchain. Next. So the NEO sidechain will share the same token. The gas token will be ported to NEO sidechain, and it will be used as governance as well as a utility token on the sidechain. A NEO sidechain will also use an extended version of consensus mechanism of DBFT. A NEO sidechain will be linked with other blockchains as well. Next. So the sidechain will inherit the gas token, the DBFT consensus, but what's new with the sidechain is EVM compatibility, is MEV resistance, as well as gas-free transactions. Will bring back the free transaction to the NEO sidechain. Next. Let's talk about one of the features that I'm pumped about the most. The MEV resistance at NEO sidechain. So NEO sidechain provides a toxic MEV-free environment to improve trading experience. MEV is called minor extractable value, which basically means the validators or the block producers have the ability to reorder transactions within a block to maximum their profit. And sometimes they even do time-banded attack. That means they reorg transactions from multiple blockchains to build an alternative history of what's happened within the blockchain. So sometimes it's a good thing, but in most cases it's a bad thing for the ordinary users. Next. So in 2022, within the Ethereum blockchain alone, the toxic MEV generated a total profit of 400 million. And guess where it came from? is from regular users. So everyone using newbie using the Ethereum blockchain, they lose a little bit, and it added up to 400 million. So with new sidechain, we're trying to solve a 400 million problem annually. Next. And this is how the new sidechain eliminate toxic MEV. And it's mainly achieved by a technology called enveloped transactions. So an envelope transaction is a transaction that is encrypted until it is included, ordered, and executed in the block. And you can even send the transaction by a proxy, so nobody knows who is the original sender. And also, you cannot front run or you cannot MEV attack a envelope transaction, because the transaction is encrypted until it is, nobody can read the content of the transaction until it is executed. So that's how we solve the MEV problem within all other blockchains. Next. So with new sidechain, all the toxic MEVs will be eliminated, but the Biden MEVs will be remain. So you can still composite transactions together to maximize efficiency, but not to exploit regular users. So no matter you are a experienced traders or a newbie, you will get a same fair treatment. Next. Okay, let's wrap things up. So the new sidechain is for everyone. For the users, you will have seamless access. You will be treated fairly, and you can do free transactions for non-mission-critical transactions. And for developers, Neo is a seasoned blockchain. It's secure, and you can take advantage of the high TPS of the blockchain, and you will have an easy migration experience because it will support multiple VMs. And for stakeholders, for the Neo and gas token holders, we will increase the intrinsic value of those tokens. We will promote scenarios for these tokens. Next slide. Okay, this is my last slide, and this is a call for actions. And everyone will have a role in our new chapter. So if you are a gas or Neo token holder, please vote and participate in the governance of Neo blockchain. And if you are a developer, please build new applications on top of Neo N3 as well as Neo sidechain. And if you are a member from the community, please suggest us a new name. We are all ears for catchy name for the sidechain, and we had prepared some gas to reward you if the name gets picked. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Dashu, for your sharing and your excellent keynote, for letting us know the past, the present, and the future of Neo. Thank you so much. Please take your seat. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as we continue our exploration into the dynamic world of Web3, we are about to witness another significant milestone. It brings me great excitement to introduce the Web 3.0 Global Incubation Program Kick-Off Ceremony. This is not only just an inauguration, but a commitment to support, grow, and cultivate the next generation of digital frontrunners. Ladies and gentlemen, now please welcome Mr. Kaspar Wangchunlong, the CEO of Web3 Labs, to come on stage and give us a brief introduction about Web3 Lab and our acceleration program. Please welcome him.
Hi everyone. Actually, I prepare a bilingual edition of my PowerPoint. So I'm going to have this new initiative on 我会介绍这个我们用普通话。So I think our friends from another countries can have take a look on our English editions. 我有简单用几分钟时间给大家介绍一下我们 Web3 Labs， 还有我们跟 Neo 一起在做的孵化计划。Web3 Labs 是在香港扎根辐射全球的一个孵化器。我们在过去做很多科技领域的投资孵化。那我们的 Web3 Labs 主要是专注在 Web3 这个领域。那我们从1月开始以后呢，我们在整个 Web3 Labs 的体系里面已经有超过600个项目在我们的平台上面注册，还有了解一些香港的情况。那我们呢希望提供一系列在市场化的运作，来到香港的国际企业，还有我们的香港 Web3 的社区能有一个好发展的机会。那我今天在这个介绍里面呢，我们正式启动我们跟 Neo 的一个在驻根香港的 Web3 加速计划。那首先我在这里要感谢达鸿飞先生还有 Neo 的团队支持我们 Web3 Labs， 还有在香港推动这个全球的加速计划。我们推动这个加速计划呢，是在今年4月份开始。Neo 是我们第一个合作方，那我们呢希望跟 Neo 共同打造在香港的 Web3 社区，同时间呢也跟 Neo 一起建立 Neo 在香港的生态系统。那所以呢，后面我们会联合提供100万美金的一个支持，包括我们后面有几个服务的方向。那我们的整体的program 的开始，从今天开始，大概1个月的时间的招募期，我们希望招募来自全球各地不同的 Web3 企业来到香港，还有在我们的一个平台上面报名。那我们会通过一些专家的评选，还有一些我们的一些情况。那所以我们后面就会有一些 interview， 还有我们一些 program 会给到大家。如果大家在我们的整个 program 里面能给我们的评审出来，那我们会有一个奖金，还有一些3个月的 program 提供给大家。那后面是我们的一些我们的导师，都是来自我们圈里一些很知名的 Web3 的一些导师们。那所以呢，就是说我们会用我们过去一些合作方，还有我们的生态系统来给大家最大的支持。那我们会有我们会在整个 program 里面有3个月的一个加速的过程。那包括我们5个支持，包括我们有我们的 mentorship， 我们有我们的投资，还有对接，还有我们的技术支持，包括我们还有其他的一些后续服务会提供给大家，希望给到大家一个完整，能在过程里面短期的里面快速发展的一个机会。最后，我们如果大家有兴趣，我邀请大家在加我们的 Telegram， 还有在我们的网站上面，能跟我们联系。我们希望在未来的 program 里面见到大家，感谢大家。
Thank you, Casper. Please stay on the stage. A round of applause to him. Thank you for the introduction about our acceleration program. Please come to me. Thank you. Please come to me. And our staff, please prepare for the setting the signing ceremony. Thank you so much. Firstly, I'm really happy to be part of this event, and here we can see that everybody here is very excited about the future development of the Web3 industry in Hong Kong. So here I'm very curious about your feelings and visions about the Web3 industry, its perspective in the future. Just to share with everybody, please.
I think Hong Kong in the first stage is very successful on launching the virtual access policy from the last year, the end of October. Actually, you guys can hear about the Hong Kong virtual access policy, including virtual access trading platform, and the stable coin policy is coming. That means the Hong Kong government is supporting the whole industry development in Hong Kong. So I think in the coming future, no matter our industry and the government will boost the technological development, and invite a lot of successful public chain like Neo to come to Hong Kong for development. And I think Hong Kong is welcoming a lot of entrepreneurs in Hong Kong. Come to Hong Kong for developing Web3.
Yeah, thank you so much. And we can see that the future of the whole industry is very bright, especially here in Hong Kong, right? Thank you so much. And as we can see that here is the very important signing ceremony of today. So you will be one of our guests of honor. Just be ready. Yeah, thank you so much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to witness the signing ceremony between Web3 Lab and NEO for the Web 3.0 Global Incubation Program. Now I'd like to invite our other signing party, Mr. John Wong, the dynamic head of our NEO Growth, to come on stage and participate into our signing ceremony. Round of applause to the two leaders. Thank you. And meanwhile, I'd like to invite our two witnesses to come on stage. First, the visionary founder of NEO, Mr. Da Hongfei. Please come to stage and witness the signing ceremony. Thank you so much. And our other witness, Mr. Jack Kong, the ingenious founder of Nano Labs. Please come to stage and witness such a great moment together with us. A round of applause to them. Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, it is really important moment for the whole Web3 industry development. So I'd like to introduce all of you together with me to witness it. And now, please sign your name and the corporation file. Round of applause to the leaders on the stage. Thank you so much. Yeah, for the official launch of Web3 Global Incubation Program and our acceleration program. Now exchange your file and sign your name again, please. Thank you so much. Such a great honor and so privileged to be part of this. And now I'd like to invite the two leaders to take a group photo. You may stand up. Yeah, please stand up and go in front of the desk. Thank you so much, and show your smile. Look to the camera, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for witnessing such a great moment together with us. Thank you. And each one of these individuals on the stage represents the passion, dedication, and foresight needed to push the boundaries of our digital realm. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now please take your seats. Thank you. Wow, such a great moment for the whole Web3 industry here in Hong Kong. Ladies and gentlemen, here, please hold on to your seats because we are diving deep into the world of Web3 in Hong Kong. Have you ever wondered about the rules of the game and where we are headed? Well, now you are in for a treat because up next is our blazing panel discussion round 1, exploring the future of Web3 in Hong Kong, a regulatory context. Steering this ship is the dynamic Eric Bai, CEO of Meta Era, and get ready for some fireworks as he is joined by the following guests of honor: Jack Kong from Nano Labs, Da Hongfei, the brands behind NEO, and Ben Elbaz from Hashkey Group. Let's welcome our guest of honor to come on stage for the first round panel discussion of today. Please come to stage. Let's welcome them with a round of applause. Thank you so much for bringing us the brainstorm. Yeah, let's look forward. Thank you so much. And now, Eric, the floor is yours. Please be the moderator for our panel discussion round 1. Thank you so much. Let's begin.
Hello. So, is that Ben here? So anyone can find Ben here? So where is he? Okay, no worries. I think we can get started first. So it's a great pleasure to be here. So I'm CEO of Meta Era, which is a media outlet based in Hong Kong. And so we are promoting Web3 like news in the global region. And it's a great pleasure to supporting news like a new event, new venture here. So maybe that we can give a quick intro about our panelists today. Because we have a global audience here, so we will be bilingual, both like English and Chinese. So 我们下面maybe that you, whatever language you prefer, so please go ahead and share more about background.
我就用中文吧。大家好，我叫孔建平啊。我是2012年就进入这个行业，那时候叫比特币行业，后来叫区块链行业，现在叫 Web3 行业。 所以看到这个行业也是一路在这个成长起来，这个我们也做了很多在这个行业的一个创业，包括芯片，包括Web3这些。
I'm Da Hongfei. I came across Bitcoin in 2011, and then I think I witnessed the start of the crypto or Web3 industry, the funding of the crypto or Web3 industry in China. We started a organization called Bit Angels Club. We organized many events in Shanghai back to 2013, and then I have devoted myself into the industry to build stuff.
Thank you. So I think since last October that when the Treasury Secretary of Hong Kong that published the virtual asset statement, so Hong Kong attract a lot of like vibes and attention from the global region. And so just curious, how do you like Hong Kong? And what do you see the Hong Kong policy will head to? And so what's the challenges and opportunities? 就是洪总，您觉得说香港这个市场，你怎么看会不会喜欢香港？然后香港未来的这一个生态会如何的这个发展？
对，我觉得香港肯定是对于华人而言，这个最适合Web3创业的地方嘛。然后你们可以看到，就过去1年，这个数码港都被Web3的活动包围了啊。然后全世界的这种头部的Web3项目也都来数码港这个入驻。那但是呢，我们看到过去1年其实也有2个非常大的问题啊。一个呢是监管和可能大部分不是Web3的这些用户，那希望看到Web3给香港带来什么，给就普通人带来什么。但其实过去1年我们其实是很难看到的，看到的更多的还是炒币，是吧？更多的看到的可能是一些平台的暴雷。所以说，我觉得这个矛盾是比较突出的。那未来这个行业需要去慢慢解决这个问题。第二个呢，第二个最大的矛盾是，本来香港推出这个政策是希望更多的优秀的创业者像今天这样在数码港做这些活动，吸引更多的优秀开发者和创业者过来。但是我们看到，可能很多香港的这个会议室、会场里面，可能是一些传销机构或者不法机构，借着香港新政的这个名义，在做各种活动、推广、宣传，然后很多投资人可能会有损失。我觉得这2个矛盾其实是比较大的。但是我们看到，其实任何新事物的推广过程中，被黄赌毒跟传销应用的技术都是比较新的、比较好的。因为他们是最有这个需求去使用这些技术的，所以我们其实能够看到这个Web3的未来会越来越好吧。
Thank you. So I think what Jed mentioned really, like I feel the same way that there are a lot of like challenges, but also along with the opportunities in Hong Kong that there are some companies or like they're using policy and the privilege in Hong Kong, they're like scamming the users. But however, the future is really bright, and what we can jointly to promote is to the technology is here, and we are advocating the future of new regulation and to protect the investors and to embracing more developers as today that to come to Hong Kong and to promote the ecosystem here. So, Uncle Da, what's your opinion on this?
I love Hong Kong. I love Hong Kong foods. I like Hong Kong people. I like the hustle spirit in Hong Kong. I moved from Shanghai to Singapore since last year. I think the dynamic in Singapore and Hong Kong, the vibe of the city is very different. Singapore is more rule obeying. Sometimes you are restrained within certain rules. But in Hong Kong, I think Hong Kong is more vibrant. Hong Kong is the most crypto Web3 friendly jurisdiction in the world. And I think Hong Kong is a hub to tap into the mainland China market, also a hub to tap into the Asian market, and to respond to the issue Kong Zong mentioned. I think I encourage all the projects to bring the developers to Hong Kong to feel the water, to do real stuff, to build real stuff in this land.
Thank you. So, what's your opinion on Ben or Hong Kong? I know you live here and you like to running among the city. So, yeah, how do you see that?
Just the living environment.
I think environment and also the Web3 environment.
Oh, okay. No, I think for those of you who don't know, right? Like Hong Kong from the beginning has been one of the centers of crypto and Web3, right? Whether it was the days of Bitcoin mining, right? I mean, a lot of the original companies that got started in Hong Kong, there was a lot of demand and at least familiarity with how Bitcoin works, right? And obviously Bitcoin is based on blockchain. So from day one, you have in Hong Kong, you have an ecosystem that understands kind of how blockchain works, right? The application is Bitcoin. So you have that as a base, right? And over time, you've had some of the world's most some of the world's most well-known exchanges also come out of Hong Kong, right? Some good, some bad. But hopefully, Hashkey, what we're trying to build with the Hashkey exchange, is one of the, over the future, over the next few years, becomes an example of, what is a good, reputable, profitable type of exchange business that you can build out of a place like Hong Kong. So I think Hong Kong is a very interesting center for Web3 in Asia for a number of reasons. One reason is I think Web3 is a combination of both technology and finance, right? The financial aspect of Web3 is, as I just mentioned on stage, it's really about like tradability of everything, right? When you can represent your digital footprint as a digital asset and trade it, whether it's your social reputation, your digital identity, whatever, that's kind of a financial activity, right? And you need liquidity for those markets. And Hong Kong, because of the strength and depth of its trading markets, right, equities markets, there's a lot of people in Hong Kong that have a really deep familiarity with financial markets and trading. So that's one thing. The other thing, I think, a really strong advantage of Hong Kong is its proximity to mainland China, especially Shenzhen, right? Shenzhen is a very strong hub of technology, whether it's in telecommunications, whether it's in hardware, whether it's software. So I think Hong Kong has a very unique advantage that, given its proximity to Shenzhen as a technology center, and also to mainland China as a technology center, and also the history of its financial services market, make it a very competitive Web3 hub.
Thank you. So I totally agree with that. So then you come from like Western world. So how do you see that the policy side, what's make Hong Kong unique in the Web3 space compared to other parts of the world?
What do I see unique about Hong Kong? I think there are several areas of Hong Kong's policy that are unique compared to other places. So I think first, let's just talk about the support for developers and projects. Right? I think Hong Kong is very unique in that you have both HKSTP and Cyberport. We're in Cyberport, right? Both of them are very actively trying to attract Web3 developers, right? So and it comes down from the government, right? So the government has a very specific Web3 policy development plan, and then through places like Cyberport and SKTP, Science Park, right? There's a lot of support programs for developers, and also support programs for incubators like Web3 Labs in collaboration with NEO, right? So that's the developer support level. From the trading markets, I think it's really, as I just mentioned, right? The fact that in Hong Kong now, retail traders can sign up on an exchange like Hashkey Exchange and buy Bitcoin, buy Ether, and buy other tokens, I think is really, really good for local developers who want to build Web3 apps for the local market, right? And I think it's important if you look at exchanges in the past, whether it's JPEX or whoever, who have allowed Hong Kong users to sign up, the problem is like if local Hong Kong users are only signing up on offshore exchanges, then maybe it's more likely that they, if those exchanges have issues, they might have problems and they might not want to stick with these apps, right?
Thank you. So let's put it like shortly. Do you think like the future of Web3 or trading digital assets, the future is in Hong Kong or in the US?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. I think Hong Kong is definitely has much more clear regulatory guidance right now, right? I mean, in the US, you still have, SEC. Is it going to be SEC or CFTC that regulates all this stuff? So I think Hong Kong has more clarity.
Yeah, I can add a few words.
Sure.
I think the Web3 world, or the crypto world, is like a standalone universe. Hong Kong can act as a gateway for regular people, to ordinary Joe, to enter into the crypto world by all those regulations. And respond to your question, comparing US and Hong Kong in the respective crypto exchanges. There are many financial centers in the world. New York, London, Hong Kong, and Singapore, and maybe Shanghai. I think there are enough space for crypto exchanges in the western part, and also as well as in the eastern part of the globe.
对这个问题，我也想问一下孔总，您觉得说Web3或者说以及交易的领域当中，香港更有优势，还是说纽约或者美国更有优势？
我觉得从传统的流动性的角度来讲，肯定是美国更有优势。但是呢，因为Web3是一个全新的一个市场，那如果说未来的所有的整个Web3的基础设施也好，应用也好，比如说像NEO这样的公链都到香港来发展，那应用跟基础设施如果更多的在香港发展起来的话，那它的流动性自然也会在香港。所以本质上，不管是美国还是香港，谁能抓住基础设施的发展红利，谁能抓住未来应用的发展红利，谁才能成为真正的这个未来Web3的这个中心嘛。
好，谢谢孔总。就是那我也想问一下达叔，how do you see that from the user perspective or developer perspective, how to balance the investor protection and user privacy, and what's your view from the developer perspective to see this? And Ben, feel free to jump in.
Okay. I don't know whether I'm the right person to answer this question because I'm a founder of a blockchain project, and usually, actually, I've been asked a lot of times, how many users does NEO have? My answer is I have no idea. I know there are like 500,000 addresses on NEO, but I don't know whether they are controlled by one person or by 500,000 person. So actually, NEO blockchain itself is at least a pseudo-anonymous product from the user's perspective. But we are also trying to enhance privacy within our system, and I think new technologies like zero knowledge proof is it's a killer feature for future blockchains, and we will be investing a lot of efforts, energy, and resources into exploring how zero knowledge can work with new blockchain.
Any view on this?
The view on what's interesting for developers, or
what's your interest from the developer, and so to balance, the Web 2 and Web 3, the privacy and also the user experience.
Yeah, no, I think this is the biggest. I mean, I've been thinking about this throughout the entire bear market, right? Which is like, 2022 FTX fails, 2020, before that, like the market was already going down. But even like when you've been through several cycles and it doesn't take like a genius to figure it out, right? If you just do reading and you're really interested in the space and you read what's happening on Twitter, you actually see where the technology is going and you see what people are building. And that, at least for me, that's like what's given me like motivation and confidence to be happy through the bear market, right? So I think like looking ahead, some of the things that have been really exciting, which I think developers of any app should always keep in the back of their mind, is like what's going to kind of be the next generation, like what's going to drive the next bull market? Because there's always apps and narrative from the previous bull market that are going to be different from the next bull market, right? The previous one you had stuff around DeFi and NFTs were very big in the previous bull market. So I think a lot about like what's going to drive the narrative in the next. And I think as was mentioned, right, like ZK is very interesting from a number of different perspectives, right? I think one angle of zero knowledge proofs, I mean, there's different dimensions of it. One angle obviously is scalability, right? In one way, zero knowledge proofs are a type of way in which you compress a lot of information and you output something that is smaller than the original input. So if you think about that, that's scalability. But also from the perspective of enabling a lot of really cool blockchain use cases, right? I think what Neo is doing in the sidechain around MEV resistance and stuff like that is, I'm not sure, I haven't delved into the detail, right? But some people have looked at, okay, maybe you could use zero knowledge proofs to prevent MEV, right? So essentially, like how do you provide information to the blockchain to prove that something happens without letting people know all the detail and then taking advantage of it? So there's a lot of really fascinating use cases that can come out of this. And I think if you talk a little bit on the regulatory compliance side, I still think that like it or not, right? For people like it or not, compliance and connection to the Web2 and fiat world is still necessary. So how do you do that while making sure you still have privacy for users? So I think there's a lot of stuff around ZK compliance and things like that could be interesting.
对，孔总，要不也讲讲您觉得有什么现在看好的一些技术的方向和领域？
我觉得现在其实基础设施这一块的话，还是有很多机会的，因为如果基础设施没有完善的话，其实上面的应用是构建不起来的。所以像今天我看到这个 Neo 也是在升级基础设施啊。那应用层面呢，我们可以看到，就是说，其实比较火的是，我觉得是几类嘛，像香港人会比较关注 RWA 这一类，对，因为大家觉得这一类的传统的这个资产的这个token 化的过程中，还是有很多的机会的。那我们看到过去这半年到1年，国债的这种 RWA 也好，这个其实还是有很多亮点出来的。那大陆也好，香港也好，这个亚洲市场还是有很多 RWA 的机会。但这种能结合起来，我觉得也是有难度，因为它两边的世界其实标准不一样啊，这个还是有很多标准和环节需要去打通。那第二个呢，就是说 AI 领域，我觉得是过去这1年非常火的应用。那我认为 AI 跟区块链都属于原生市场，跟对原生代码的原生和原生的对接，所以我觉得这个领域一旦爆发的话，可能发展会非常的快而且可能这个发展的速度就说一旦有一些核心的亮点的话，就可能发展速度会超过我们的预期。但在此之前，可能还是需要去磨合很多这个应用出来的。我觉得我看到这些了。
好，谢谢。So Ben, I have a bonus question to you. So how do you see the profitability of HashKey business? And in general, it's because I'm very curious about what do you think what will be the regulatory regime in Hong Kong, and do you think they will open up more criteria for asset listing? And more assets will be listed on your HashKey exchange, and how to embrace and having more retail users, not only based in Hong Kong but for globally, and to increase the market profitability. So I'm curious about your.
Yeah, sure. So I think to be, I'm not a regulator, right? And I think it's hard to be a regulator. And I think if you look from the perspective of SFC, it's a hard job, right? Like how do you balance the needs of investor protection with economic growth, right? It's not an easy balance. To me, I think what's the best thing that's happened in Hong Kong over the 5+ years that I've been here, right? From day one, 2018, when there was no regulatory framework, to sending opinion papers to the SFC to suggest to them, hey, it is important to regulate the industry. Seeing all that up to today, I think what's been the most exciting thing for me is the fact now that retail users in Hong Kong can actually sign up on an exchange like Hashkeys and deposit Hong Kong dollars and actually just buy Bitcoin and Ether. Right? It sounds something small, but to me, I think it's huge. It's huge because if you think about the history of exchanges generally that have come out of Hong Kong, all of them are unregulated. All of them generally are not restricted from commingling their assets with user assets. There's no security standards on how the assets are controlled. There's no restrictions against conflicts of interest, all this sort of thing. So I think it's already a very, very big, it's already a big advantage for Hong Kong that retail users can sign up on an exchange like Hashkeys. And so I think that's step one. Or it's actually step two, right? So because the first thing that was done in Hong Kong was step one was allowing professional investors to be able to trade. Step two is allowing retail to trade, this range of assets. And I think the SFC will, as they've noted in their public releases, they will continue to consult the industry to see how and when they should open up for different types of new products. So I'm optimistic. Again, I think it's very, very good for the Web3 ecosystem that retail can actually finally trade on exchanges in Hong Kong. I think that's a really, really big win.
Gotcha. So, Uncle, so I know that UniV4 actually they are promoting their KYC system. So, just curious on the NEO ecosystem, how do you see the balance of the KYC or centralized exchange or decentralized exchange, and how's the ecosystem right now on NEO, and how do you see how to balance that?
We don't have a KYC at NEO right now. I think I have an analog. The crypto world, the Web3 world is like a new city, a new land. And for NEO, for those projects, we are building the infrastructure of this new city. And for Hashkey Exchange, they're building the intercity infrastructures, the roads, the airports, to help people from outside of the Web3 world to come to us. I think there is it's necessary to have some regulation, to have some checkpoint at the gateways, at the highways, at the airport, to ensure that no bad actors are entering this new land to do malicious stuff. But right now, I think we need to. I prefer a new world, a new land that is mostly regulated or enforced by technical mechanisms, by cryptographies to regulate people's activity, but meanwhile keeping the KYC ML policies on the connecting roads.
Thank you. 洪总刚才其实是一个很有意思的一个比较啦，就是说Hashkey 这边是能够受监管的用户能够比较就是受到 KYC 的，然后进入到这个 Web3 领域获得一些资产权利。然后 NEO 这边代表的是一个更技术的，然后是开发者主导的这样一个新的一个生态体系。哎，您怎么看这个生态体系的这个平衡和这个发展？
我觉得对于年轻人或对于原生世界而言，可能太多的监管不一定合适，在早期，因为其实创新就是野蛮生长的，然后在边缘成长起来的。它的创新的过程中不一定完全会符合现有的法律体系和监管体系。所以说为什么很多国家推出沙盒啊什么的，就是给一些创新提供更多的试错的机会。而不是说你一有创新你就把它拍死就去抓人，是吧？所以我觉得就新科技在新的发展过程中，对于年轻人而言肯定是更原生的世界，更没有监管的世界，更符合他们的发展和他们的资源。对于传统的投资人和这些更有资源的这些人呢，有监管的这种保护。那更多的资金，更多的这个 能干的人，他更愿意进入这个行业，因为他们的这个创业过程和他们的投资过程和他们的交易过程能够很好的受到法律的保护。那这样对他们长远建立这个行业的信心，其实都是有非常帮助的。我觉得这两者是相辅相成的。
No, I think that's pretty. I think that's a good balance, right? One side, I think this is what everyone's very interested in Web3 is, you know, how do you get mainstream users in, but at the same time, how do you balance the risks of having too much regulation, right? You need to have the right balance so there's enough innovation, which was just talked about. At the same time, different players in the space are providing different value at different parts of the ecosystem, right? The gateways versus, you know, the roads and infrastructure in the new world. So I think it all makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. So then my last question will be, how do you see Hong Kong and in the next 5 years of the Web3 development? So imagine that do you think, for example, Singapore, a lot of companies will move to Hong Kong, or they will prefer to have two headquarters. And for trading desks, what will be the Hong Kong's advantage over the like financial centers that we mentioned, like New York or London? So in the next 5 years for the Web3 space.
Well, I think so over the next 5 years. So I think hopefully Hong Kong continues what it's doing and is able to attract great people like Kong Zong and Hong Fei, right? You know, these innovators and OGs in the industry. I think Hong Kong is doing its best to pull back, attract and pull back, some of these innovators from Singapore back to Hong Kong. But Hong Kong and Singapore are always competing. I think Hong Kong recently, I don't know if you guys saw, I think it was a few days ago, right? The Tozi, like the investment by immigration policies in Hong Kong are opening up a little bit more. I think also on the, if I remember correctly, there's did they reduce the stamp tax for buying property, right? So for non-PRs, you can now buy property in Hong Kong without as much tax. So it's really an ecosystem, right? Hong Kong over 5 years, how it will grow will depend on attracting the right amount of capital, attracting the right amount of developers, and attracting the right marketplaces. So I think it's on the right track.
Thank you. 龚总，您要不说一下未来5年您觉得香港的发展会是怎么样？
我觉得香港发展其实基于几个点啊，一个是就香港去推动 Web3，那首先就需要整个 Web3符合未来的科技发展趋势，这是最重要的。那第二个呢，还是基于一国两制。你这个香港有它特殊的这个法律体系和这个这些方面的这些特点。那第三个呢，香港政府的这个对这个政策的持续推动，然后除了这3点以外，我觉得剩下的就是交给创业者。对，那更多的公链来到这边，更多的合规交易机构来到这边，更多的创业者来到这边，那我相信。香港应该会是未来5年应该会是全球数1数2的这个 Web3的这个创业中心和这个交易中心嘛。
Okay, I use Mandarin for this for the last question. 我觉得如果要比较香港跟新加坡的话，新加坡可能起步的比较早，他们也批了很多个 digital payment token 的这个牌照。但是在新加坡，目前我还没有看到一个有牌照的像 HashKey 或者像 OSL 这样的 trading platform， 还是没有的。他们只能进行简单的买和卖以及一些托管的这些业务。所以我觉得香港在加速度上，比新加坡可能要略快一些。然后整个这灵活性上比新加坡会更高一些。所以很可能这2个城市未来会是。你追我赶的一个状态，就好像这个企业所得税 corporate tax， 新加坡是17%，香港是16.5%，大家就有一点点的那个 edge， 所以我觉得这2个城市会一起你追我赶，我相信未来5年香港会有一个非常好的一个 Web3 的一个环境。
谢谢各位。So I think please have a great applause to our speakers. Thanks so much. 请大家今天我们到这里，然后谢谢各位嘉宾。
Yeah, thank you so much. A round of applause to all of the guests of honor on the stage for bringing us the brainstorm to discuss about the future exploration of Web3 in Hong Kong. Let's take a group photo, right? Let's take a group photo together. Yeah. Round of applause to them. Yeah. Please look to the camera. Where is our photographer? Yeah. Please look to the camera in front of you. 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much. Yeah. Round of applause to them again. Thank you for bringing us to brainstorm about the future exploration about the Web3 industry in Hong Kong and in the context of even tight or just a loose regulation. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, after hosting hackathons across the Asia Pacific region from Japan to Singapore over the past 3 months, NEO truly understands the pulse of Web3 in Asia. And now we're shifting our focus to discuss about driving change in Web3 across Asia. Guiding our conversation, we have the astute Eileen, co-founder of Satori Research, to come on stage to be the moderator of our second round panel discussion. And on the panel today, we have the following guests of honor. They are the Professor Wei Xue from Hong Kong USD. Please come to stage. Yeah. Professor Yang You from HKU University, a beacon in finance. Please come to stage. Yeah, thank you so much. Please. And we still have Linux Line Global Chief Commercial Officer OKX. Please come to stage. And continue to welcome Web3 enthusiast Shirley Fong from Brink. Yeah, please come to stage. Welcome. And last but not the least, the ever innovation Nora from Zipper. Please come to stage. Let's welcome them with a round of applause. Thank you so much. Yeah. And now together we will discuss how to drive change in Web3 across the whole Asia. Thank you so much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let the dialogue begin. Thank you so much. Go ahead.
Thank you. So, hello everyone. Welcome to the panel. I'm Eileen. I'm from Satori Research, a responsible market maker in Web3. I'm very excited to be joined of a distinguished panel of experts today to discuss about driving changes in Asia. So to kick things off, can you give us an introduction of yourself, your companies, or your research areas related to Web3 development?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Xue Wei, and I'm from the Hong Kong USD. And actually, my research is more about generative AI, and which is very similar to ChatGPT or the other things. And my focus is actually on the modalities, and we want to make the machine to understand what we are thinking and what we are reasoning, and then generate the different kinds of the modalities, including the talking, including the acting, including the movies, including the music, everything. So that is the ultimate goal of our research. So what fits our research into the area of Web3 is that actually for the Web3 we want to intertwine the world that the reality and the virtual world are indistinguishable. So that is actually something related to the AI. So I think our research will actually motivate the advancement of the metaverse of the Web3. Thank you.
All right, thank you for the invitation. I'm Yang Yu, joined HKU 2 years ago, and now I'm taking the lead on the HKU Shenzhen Blockchain and Smart Contract Lab, and I'm the member of the expert group for the CBDC, working for the HKMA on the EHKD policy, basically. So that's why I'm here.
Thanks for the invitation. So I'm Shirley from Brink. We are a global venture accelerator supporting emerging technologies. Web3 is one of our largest vertical, and I'm basically leading our Web3 accelerator efforts within the firm. So what we do is basically supporting the seed-to-seed stage with 3 companies, connecting them with different resources, and also helping them fundraise.
Morning, everyone. I'm Dora from Zipper Labs. So we're building an Oracle-based on-chain perp DEX, which allows users to trade a wide range of mainstream financial assets with all types of crypto collateral, and we also provide Oracle service in order to help the clients to have custom trading experience.
Hey, good morning everyone. I'm Alex. I'm working for OKX for a very long time. It's the very beginning of the day. Currently, OKX is one of the biggest exchanges, obviously. We are here in Hong Kong.
Thank you for the introduction. Let's get into the discussion. So Hong Kong is known for its strong financial infrastructure and a great talent pool, and no doubt Hong Kong is a global financial hub. And recently, Hong Kong has also been emerging as a Web3 driving force. So from your point of view, how can Hong Kong leverage its existing financial expertise and resources, and also embracing decentralized finance to become a global hub for Web3 innovation, like Web3 financial innovation? Maybe let's start with Nora, because you co-founded a decentralized financial platform.
Yeah. So from our experience as the builders and developers in the DeFi space, so we think like Hong Kong's current policies, like it's opening up for the Web3 space and it's putting resources in Web3. So I think that's really a very attractive thing for the developers to just to come here to base in Hong Kong and to work on the Web3 dApps. So first of all, I think the policy is inclusive and it will be something that's attractive to the developers. And second of all, I think there's also some like capitals in Hong Kong, local capitals. They're really like focusing on the Web3 area, and they will be willing to just putting capitals in this area, and they will be looking at the like investment and the funding of the Web3 protocol. So I think and Hong Kong because like Hong Kong has been known for its very good financial environments. So that's something that as Web3 builders, like we can always say like, oh, we are based in Hong Kong, and then every time we talk to like maybe other developers in other places of the world, we can tell them that this is a place that's opening up for Web3, and they're welcome to join us in our team to help develop DeFi protocol or just Web3 dApps. So
Thanks. So to resonate on your point, I agree that Hong Kong being one of the regions in Asia that has clear regulations is helping a lot for DeFi companies to come to the space. So we get in touch with quite a lot of DeFi projects as well. A lot of them do consider Hong Kong as a place right now to set up an entity just because they want to have reach in Asia. And Hong Kong, with the clear regulation, for them it's just less risky, and it's a good choice. And at the same time, I guess Hong Kong has always been the gateway for the world to connect with China, and a lot of capital are in the Chinese market. And for projects, this is definitely the place for them to fundraise and get access to this large pool of capital.
Yeah. Okay. So let me, because as a scholar, I'm more kind of to some extent on the pessimistic side. That say, for example, when we talk about like DEX or decentralized exchanges, there is no way that you can comply with the current marketplace rule. That's my sense is just basically it's impossible for you to do the KYC requirement or like any kind of equivalent. Say, for example, you can if it's a true decentralized application, you connect with MetaMask, and then how can you do the KYC? It's just kind of So my sense is like the regulation for now is so the Hong Kong government is still doing the licensing. I totally agree that we are still at the very early stage, but so the nature of the decentralized applications should be very different from like hash key or SL or like centralized exchanges by nature, because like by the nature of blockchain, there are a lot of functions or compliance that you just cannot do it. So, but so on the other side, I see there is actually no very clear rule or clear guidance that how the decentralized applications should evolve, or they're like what is lawful, what is unlawful, what is acceptable, what is not acceptable. I think like for the future, like if we don't talk about the competition with Singapore, we just talk about like, okay, so to nurture a more diverse ecosystem, the regulators need to really dive into the technology and figure out what's the right regulatory framework to have more or broader adoption. Because like I know many people who are interested in doing projects in Hong Kong, and their concern is that, okay, even if I do a fully compliant regulation, there will be a lot of scams that using the same name and trick retail investors or trick like retail people in the realm and scam. So a lot of people are very concerned about that. So I think like the next step for the regulators or to promote the growth of the Web3 is to kind of split the different startups or different kind of whatever trading vehicles, applications by the nature of the functionality rather than by the nature of, okay, you are exchange, you are tokens, and like you should comply with certain law, but kind of from a more technology perspective to regulate the industry.
Thank you. So I think for the DeFi side, actually, because this is related to DeFi, not the broader concept of Web3. And also, our guest had mentioned the decentralized and the centralized, and then there will be a trade-off between the QIC and also the privacy issues. Actually, I think if we talk about the decentralized and centralized or the decentralized assets, there are two levels of concepts. The first level of concept is actually the fundamental assets, which is like the Bitcoin or actually the cryptos, which are truly decentralized. Actually, in this case, if you want to hold a business in the decentralized assets, actually you can do it anywhere on Earth. And you just need the server and decentralize the network, and you do not need to do the business in Hong Kong. You even do not need a headquarters anywhere. So that is the truly decentralized business or framework, which is actually the goal of many believers, the crypto believers in the future. So that is the truly decentralized asset or the business. And but I think what Hong Kong government or the business in Hong Kong, what they need is that they want to provide an entry for the ordinary people to access the decentralized assets, but they still need some way to protect their rights, actually, to provide their privacy, to prevent them from the scams, and then in this way, some kind of the centralized regulations or frameworks are needed to be established in Hong Kong so that we can attract more investors in Hong Kong to more stable business in Hong Kong. So that is about the level 2, the second level. It is about doing the business for the decentralized assets, but we can somehow manage it in some centralized way. So that is what I'm thinking about.
Lennox, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I would love to say on this topic. but as a very practical business operators, right, and also licensed applicants, right. So the regulation related.
It's very hard, right?
Yeah, the regulation related to DeFi right now is ambiguous in Hong Kong. Based on what Professor Yang has talked, where if your application is kind of defined as completely decentralized, what is decentralized? In technical perspective, it's already very difficult for regulators to understand. For example, if you are running a decentralized exchange, probably can operate. You can execute every single transaction purely on chain. That's fine. But there's a lot of derivative exchanges, DEX, in some kind of components that's actually operating in centralized server. The matching engine itself operating in centralized server, and this same and settle with Ethereum network or other network on chain. So how could you define in that part how technological advanced for those regulators to understand those kind of details and define what Professor Yang said was right, was wrong, was yes or was no. But that's also I think is easier. I think the most pressing concern right now, not just for Hong Kong but for global regulatory perspective, is whether or not if you're operating a licensing regulated entity onshore already in US, and UK, in Hong Kong, and Singapore, where now you can solicit customer for certain defined application, whether or not you can solicit customer, put your products in your app, talking about this is Ethereum staking, this is LSD, this is DEX, this is this actually, whether or not you can present this kind of information and allow your user without KYC and access those kind of service. These already kind of like a very difficult regulatory question to be answered.
Thank you very much. Thanks for Dr. Yang Yu to bring up the pessimistic parts, and I'm hearing that all of you guys have a lot to say about the regulators. So besides the regulators, what are some of the other challenges or opportunities that you see Hong Kong faces in driving this Web3 innovation forward?
I can start first. We pick Hong Kong as a whole, actually. For a long time, 5 or 6 years back then, because I think our blockchain crypto Web3 is a technology that's technology first, but also have a heavy components of finance. So in talent perspective, we need both. We need a technological talent with very strong financial literacy and knowledge. So Hong Kong is easier to start your projects because it's easier to come up with very good. You can easily find a very good product manager, very strong financial background, also understand the tech part, and also you can work with collaborate with other technological experts based in anywhere in the world. So it's easy to build your project here. It's easy to build your team. It's relatively, I think it's relatively flexible. Communication is good as well because it's easier to accrue information here. And I think in order to move things forward and evolve, I think Hong Kong need to really understand that they're having a really good position in crypto and Web3 space in global scale. Very good timing. And very good, and given that attract a lot of attraction from global talent capital at this particular moment, and Hong Kong need to seize the chance that it's time to keep evolve in terms of technology innovations and also compliance innovations, regulatory innovation as well. So the dialogue needs to be open, consistently open. The industry needs to embrace that there will be uncertainty, but even so, in a longer perspective, it will be beneficial to Hong Kong if Hong Kong can basically seize the chance to grab the next generation of financial development.
Yeah, I totally agree that blockchain is something that combines both the technology things and the financial things. So we have this tech infrastructure layer of things that require